Well, hello everyone. Do you remember me? Man, it seems like forever since I picked this camera up. But it's been quite the year so far. Quite the year. Doctor visits. The creepy C word. More doctor visits. Diagnosis. Doctor visits. Trying to get things done inside the house so that I can get out here to do what I think I alluded to last year, which was to clean up a lot of the tree limbs and treetops from having all of our wood harvested. And then it happened. Last week, we had a major thunderstorm, windstorm / tornado in the vicinity. As a matter of fact, less than 1.5 miles down the road is a big hog barn. Had somewhere in the vicinity, I think I heard about 2,500 pigs in it. Tornado hit it. They only lost 12, but still, they pretty much destroyed the whole barn. So, anyway, Mama made the suggestion that I grab the camera, and she's right. It's time. Too many people out there wondering what the heck is going on with the old Stedhomer. Well, I'm doing what I can do as I can do it with what I have to do it with. And that's all. I'm going to take you a little walk. Excuse me. Show you some of the things that I have done, some of the things that I have got to do, and some of the things that has happened around here. So let's take a little walk and grab your coffee. Prop your feet up. We'll be back. And I think you'll see what I'm talking about. I believe y'all remember last fall when I was trying to clean up some of the yard after I was able to get out and start working when my finger healed. I had created 3 piles up here. Basically, the middle pile here is garbage wood. The far pile over there, that's oak. This pile was maple. All of this came out of the front yard here. And I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can if I zoom in. There's a pile of cut logs there. And there should be another pile of cut logs right here. As you can see in there. There you go. Well, I made a deal with the gentleman up the road here. And he wants all this wood. We're not sure exactly what we're going to do. He's offered a massive quantity of mulch or a massive quantity of river rock for us for our gardens as a trade-off. And we've agreed, don't know what it is, but that's his trailer there. I've already loaded up 1 load for him. He's got at least 2, if not 3 more loads here. Now, with that being said, we do have our front yard back. And we still have all of the treetops otherwise here on the side that's back behind those grasses, and you can see clear back there. But like I said, we got hit with a windstorm. And what happens when you get a windstorm / the edge of a tornado in the woods? More trees. I'm going to try to zoom in and you can see one here. Where is it at? It's right there behind that. I guess you can't see it yet. We'll get a little closer and I know you will. And the funny part is on this one, it didn't uproot it like it usually does. You can see here some of the limbs and how they look because they're laying sideways. But now maybe you can see. a good sized tree right up through there that broke off about 4 feet above ground. The good part is it wasn't a maple, it wasn't oak, it wasn't walnut or cherry, it wasn't a hickory, and it did not take down our only walnut tree that we have right down there. Not sure what it is yet. I've been calling it box elder, but it's going to have to be taken down too. And as you can see, there's the oak, and there's all the maple and poplar that was down. So I'm going to walk over to the other side of the property here, and I'm going to give you a little hint and show you exactly what happened there during the windstorm. We'll be back. Okay, windstorms take down trees, windstorms take down limbs. And a lot of times, and most times, they really do nothing. But this one, it did something. It took out my brand new tent that I built last year for Mama's little toy. That's what's left of the framework. I've torn it down. It's all mangled and bent up. Holes, everything. And miraculously, when it came down, it did not damage her baby whatsoever, other than its housing. It just took out everything. Our neighbors have been super about it. They came over, looked at it. I sent them some pictures. They turned it into their insurance. They decided they just go ahead and cover it. And we're now waiting. We're waiting until they get one in stock, and we're going to be putting up a new one. So maybe some of the things that I did or missed the last time, I can get this time. We still have this tree to take and get rid of. Those are future projects that we're going to work with. You can see down here, we lost a tree there. Had uprooted it right out of the yard. It's what I have called the straight line blast that came through and took out. I don't know if you can look through the woods here and see all these trees are leaning from that wind. There's this one here that actually bent over. Here, this one over here is, it just leans because of the wind. And again, you can see it brought up the root here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I was trying to save that little maple, but this isn't going to set back down in there. This is from the hickory tree that I have been cutting up to try to gain some of our backyard again. But as you can see, our neighbor suffered a lot more damage than we did at this point. A big old beech tree snapped off right there. It fell over and actually came in contact with their house over there. And then here's a big root ball it set down a big tree there, and it brought the roots and all up. One of the most peculiar, miraculous, different, strange, I don't know what you want to call it, things, and it's the first time I've ever seen it, is this right here. Look at this. That windstorm was so fierce that it pulled this tree, root and all, out of the ground without raising the root ball up like it did, and that one right there. It literally pulled the entire tree up, picked it up out of the ground and laid it over top of all of my pallets that I had here, as well as a trailer that's underneath there. That has just amazed me, and I may end up having to do something with that root just because it's so amazing to me. And we have another root ball and another tree down. Now if you look over on the other side of the creek bed here, there's a creek running right there. There's a tree laying there. Now that is actually on our property, but it's on the other side of the creek, so it very possibly will end up being our, in the fireplace of our neighbor. It looks like they had another big tree up there that went the other direction that broke up the root ball. Not to mention all of the trees that you see up here. I think that's what they would call a straight line blast, because they're all laying exactly the same thing in the same way, and they're in exactly the same width or pattern or whatever you want to call it. Now, we turn back around into the pathway. With the gush of snow that we had last year and the gush of rain, it is pretty much destroyed this pathway. So that all has to be reworked. I hope to be able to pull a bunch of fill right here to get this back up so I can get back and forth, because you see the little bridge that we built a few episodes ago, it's gone. The culvert's still there, but I can't even find a way to take the tractor over it. So that's going to be one of our next episodes, is getting that taken care of, I will assume. And I have not been out onto what we call the back 40 since all this, so I don't know what out there has been taken down and damaged. Oh, we got it to do. But we're getting her done, little by little. Like I said, doing what I can do with what I have to do it with as I can. And I can't do it like I used to. But I will admit to one thing. If it wasn't for that monster right there, I don't know where I would be, because it has been a godsend. It has been the only thing that has allowed me to do what I've done here. If you remember back, I'll try to see if I can find some pictures from last fall, what it looked like here to what this is. And I've already been burning there, I'm going to say 5 days. Yeah, 5 days total. Just getting this area here all cleared back up from the tree limbs that was down here. At least 5 days. And you can see I got another day's worth here to do, and I'm going to hopefully get this all done and up today so that I can start working on the pathway down to that bridge. So, okay, I'll be back here in a little bit, let you see once we get a little farther along here. And oh yeah, that tree right here, this one, I got to cut it down as soon as I get it all cleared out underneath here on the bottom. It's got to come down. And guess my summer plans have gone awry, and we're going in a different direction. I even have an old solar panel, if you remember, for the swimming pool up there that has to come down. And let me see. Yeah, it's right there. And I haven't even been able to get to it yet. So we'll be back in a little bit, and we'll hopefully have some of this cleaned up here and show you the difference. Well, we got a bunch of it cleaned up. Still got a bunch here to burn. But this is sure looking better than what it was. Thanks to the Yanmar. Now we gotta go get that tree down and get it cut up and carried away for firewood, and finish cleaning up. I'll have to, I got the forks on it now to help feed the fire with it, and I'll have to get the bucket back on it again here to smooth everything out. But for now, we're just going to try to get that tree down and get it cut. Probably 3 logs and get it carried up to the front. Now all that's remaining to do here is we'll get out the rototiller, and especially right in here where there's a big hump. You can't see it, I don't think here, but you can by the eye, and try to get everything moved up into this little, there's a swamp here. And every year it's real soft. So if I get rid of that hump and move it here, and I think that'll make it a lot better. But other than that, everything is pretty much cleaned up, and the fire is burning, and that is a big enough fire that it's going to last probably throughout the night, if not longer. So, okay, I call this job pretty much done. And there's a whole pile of hickory. This is Ted Homer. I hope you enjoyed your visit. I'm not going to make any promises on how frequent I'm going to be putting up videos. If I make promises, I have to keep them. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do the best I can. Don't forget, 4th of July is coming up, and we all need to remember what that's all about. Don't forget to give us thumbs up. Tell your family, tell your friends. Tell your local tree trimmers. We'll catch y'all the next time. Y'all have a blessed, blessed day. Bye-bye.